Do you want to know how to talk to your child to make him a fast learner? Are you trying to teach your child, but he's not looking at your face and he's not paying attention to you? Don't worry, help is here. If you're new here, I'm Priyanka Evangeline and I'm a speech language pathologist. I give you tips, tricks, and activities to do at home to improve your child's development. Welcome to today's video. Today, I'm going to tell you how to talk to your child not only to keep his attention but also to make it a fun, playful learning experience. I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to talk to your child and how to increase the quality of parent-child interaction. Okay, so the first tip is to remove all distractions from the environment. Let's say you're watching this video and you slowly scroll down on your phone and you have this video of how to make gulab jamun and you're suddenly intrigued and you click on it. So what just happened? You got distracted. Similarly, when adults ourselves can get distracted so easily, children are even more susceptible to get distracted. That is why when you teach your child, your learning environment or the teaching environment should be completely controlled by you. When I say fully controlled, you can notice that I am saying control the environment. We are not going to control the child. Because once we start controlling our child, play is not really fun, right? So this can be in terms of all the sensory input that the child is getting. So there should not be any visually distracting stimuli or auditorily distracting stimuli. This can be cooker sounds or people outside making noises, rhymes going on in the hall, a movie playing outside. Or, visually what I mean is there shouldn't be mirrors, there shouldn't be other toys that the child really likes. And also physically distractive things, like there shouldn't be an opportunity for the child to leave your activity and go climb on the bed or climb under the chair. So all these escape behaviors are going to come up when children start learning. But you should keep the environment in such a way that you don't give opportunities for the child to get distracted and shift his attention to something else. Now you have set the environment in such a way where your child is not going to get distracted. Okay. So the second thing that you have to do is you have to observe your child. What I mean is when you give him a new toy or when you introduce an activity, give it to him. Let him explore it. You sit back and you see what your child is doing with it. So for an example, let's take this aeroplane. I know how this aeroplane works. So when I put it on a surface and pull it back, the aeroplane moves forward. So this is a pull back toy. I know how it works. And when I give this to my child, I should not directly expect him to know how it works or to play in the manner which I want him to play. Say, let's say I give this to my child and my child takes the aeroplane and puts it on top of the desk and then brings it down. Or he takes another small ball and keeps it on top of the aeroplane and moves it. So children don't play with toys the way we play with them or the way they're supposed to play with them. And when we play with our child and we try to teach them how to play, it doesn't work out. In this instance, as a parent, what I would do is, okay, so my child likes to put it on top and bring it down. So I will say aeroplane is up, aeroplane flies down. So that is something I would teach him. So you don't have to always play with the toy one way. For example, if your child takes the building blocks and instead of building blocks, he tries to segregate the blocks into colors or into 1, 2, 3, take that, go in that route. You don't have to always play with the toy the way you want to play with it or the way you think you should play with it. When you're observing your child, you can also observe him in terms of if he likes the activity, right? There are some signs which show clearly that the child is not interested in the activity. This can be very overt signs like crying, fussing, pushing it away, moving back. So these are overt signs, but there can be other signs like child closing his eyes, child arching his back like this, child looking away. So these are also signs of disinterest in the activity. So observe for these signs also, because these are signs that show us that there is a disconnect between what you intend and what the child is intending. We don't want that disconnect. So if you had seen my parent-child relationship interaction video, I told you that parent-child interaction should always be on the same level. If it is not, then it's not going to form a good basis for learning or for growing. So you and the child have to be on the same page. So when you see these signs of disinterest, you have to stop and you have to go in the way the child wants to go. Hold up, just a small announcement. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up button and press the subscribe button. As well, share it with your friends and families who can benefit from this information. Okay, now I'm done. You can get back to the third tip. This leads me to my third tip, which is to connect with the child. So once you get good at this observing how your child likes to play and also observing for the signs of disinterest. So as a parent, when you get good at these two things is when you can connect with your child in play. And from then you just have to do the same things he's doing and give voice to all the things he's trying to do. So when the child does this, I gave voice saying it is up, now it is flying down. So I gave him voice for his action. So that is how you connect with your child. Let's recap. The first thing is avoid all distractions in the environment. Make the learning environment completely focused and geared towards learning. The second thing is to observe your child. See what your child likes, how your child likes to play, and what are the signs of disinterest for your child. And the third thing is to connect with the child. Once you get good at observing, you can immediately connect with your child and start playing with him in a fun, engaging way. So that is all for today's video. I have a plan on making more videos on how to play with children. If you want to see more videos on that, let me know in the comments. Keep playing with your child. Remember the 3 tips and see you in the next video.